Hi, I'm Jackie. I've studied a lot of exercise science and I've been teaching yoga for almost 28 years full time. I specialise in people over 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80, and especially if you're stiff. This video is particularly for anybody who is over 40 or 50. If you have a wrist injury, you'll be able to do this. If you have osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, stiff wrists, sore wrists, painful wrists, you'll be able to do everything in this video. So I'm catering for people with sore wrists who have wrist problems. But if you just like great yoga for over 40s or 50s or beginners, you'll love it, because we're doing the whole body. We're doing some balance, doing some mobility, some oiling up, loosening up, some core strength, some relaxation. So it's a good thing to do for yourself. It's about 30 minutes and you should just do it, because who doesn't want to feel their best and slow down aging? Make sure you have a chair and some kind of belt or strap. And if you don't have a yoga bolster or a yoga mat, that's okay. Just have a towel or maybe 3 pillows. You could make a bolster or a few folded blankets. Starting off with good posture, connecting into your body. Look at your feet, pick up your toes, spread your toes and spread your fingers as wide as you can. A bit wider. And then try to pick up your yoga mat and make a fist. Contract. Spread fingers and toes. Look at your hands. Look at your feet. Which one can get a bit more spread, a bit more stretch, a bit straighter. And then try to pick up your mat, make a fist. A really good exercise. We don't work on our hands and feet enough, our fingers and toes, and you know how important they are. Next exercise, you might need one hand on the wall, but if your balance is a bit better, you might be able to do both hands, rotating wrists. You can make a gentle fist. And also rotating one ankle, and then the other direction. You can open your fingers. I quite like to keep my fingers open, but I also like to do a little bit with a little bit of a fist. And then the other ankle, and repeating the wrist. But you might do one wrist at a time if you need the wall for balance. And then the other direction. Another really good, simple but highly effective exercise for healthy wrists and ankles and blood flow. The older we get, the more we need it. Good. Next exercise, we're going to get into our spinal mobility. So flexing or rounding, squeeze your belly, turn your shoulders in, and then turn your shoulders out and extend, slightly arch. Feel a bit of a stretch to the belly, squeeze in the shoulder blades. Exhale, rounding out. It's like a standing cat-cow, opening the discs at the front, opening the discs at the back. And as we get older, our spine obviously is not getting freer. We can all feel it, our body's getting stiffer. But these movements do oil up. They do loosen you up. They do free up your joints, and also, as I say over and over, promoting blood flow and lymph flow and keeping us healthy into old age. It's not going to happen on its own. Next one is lateral flexion. So if you have a sore shoulder, you can just do that side to side. Otherwise, reaching one arm up, pushing your hips a bit off center, feeling that side stretch. If these muscles get tight, then the shoulder gets stiffer, the lower back, the lats, and also the side muscles that are involved also with breathing. So we don't want to get stiffer anywhere, breathing especially, because that will speed up body aging, and we all want to slow down aging. Next one is nice and relaxing. It's a Qigong exercise. Oh, it's beautiful. Windmills, so nice floppy arms, and reaching through the crown of your head and feeling that rotation. A little bit of a squeeze around the discs here. And I do see a lot of my students who are nearly all over 50 doing sometimes their head forward and then looking down at the floor. So try to not do that. Try to keep your head up on top and horizontal gaze. If you're at home, try to not always be looking at the screen. Try to be looking at outside, at a tree or a plant or a cloud. Great. Next exercise involves the wall or the chair. I'll show you at the wall. So you're just doing, it's like an up dog, down dog. It depends how sore your wrists are. So this is inhale, so you look up, and then exhale. So you often do it on the floor in yoga, up dog, down dog. This is what you can do it like at the wall. Inhale, and it's good to put a bit of pressure into the wrists. You don't want them to get stiff and weak. So don't totally avoid weight bearing into the wrists. So this is very, very gentle weight bearing onto the arms and wrists, and we're working on our spine, flexion, extension. And bend your knees if it's too strong on your hamstrings. Another option for this one, if your wrists can handle a bit more weight, you can do it at the chair. Keep moving it up. And if you don't know what this is, up dog, that a lot of yoga classes you'll do this, but this video I'm assuming you've got stiff or sore wrist or a wrist injury, so you are avoiding the stronger weight bearing onto the wrists right now. Couple more of this exercise. Feeling a stretch in the belly, lengthening the belly, and then lengthening your lower back. One more. Lengthening your belly, inhale. And then we'll hold what would be a variation of down dog. So come and put your hands on the seat of the chair and just lengthening out. See, if you know down dog, this is down dog, and it might be okay for your wrists, but you can always do this, or you can have your hands on your kitchen bench or a window ledge or your bed or a chair. So just feel that you're lengthening out your spine here. One more breath. Great. Coming out of that one, and grab your strap. And we're doing shoulder mobility. So any kind of belt or strap, and cut. No, can't be bothered cutting. Just should have had that ready before. No. Keeping it real. I'm not a computer. I'm not a robot. Imperfect. So soon in the future, see what I'm doing here? Shoulder mobility. The wrists are nice and straight. There's a little grip there. Don't force it. If you're very flexible in your shoulders, some people that's safe what I'm doing there, but most people I think you don't need to do that much. You just come to, you feel the stretch and you release. As we get older, we're sort of going in that direction, and so we want to slow down aging. So clear in our intention, just trying to make our body feel good, as good as we can into our old age. So in the future, I don't know when, 5 years, 10,
there'll be AI yoga, so robots. The algorithm will look at everybody who, like me and thousands of other yoga teachers, and they'll design an amazing yoga classes with a robot. So that's what's coming. So with me, I make lots of little mistakes because I'm a 53-year-old human. So sometimes I mumble my words, or I forget to do one side often. I get distracted. Anyway, this is what you've got for now, real people on YouTube. So enjoy this. And then last one for that exercise. Don't force anything. That's a really good one too. One more standing exercise and a few core exercises on the floor and a bit of stretching and relaxation. So balancing on one leg. And we've already done it a little bit. And we'll do this leg straight, but you can have the big toe on the floor if you need. And we'll repeat our wrist mobility exercises. Again, that blood flow into that wrist. And we'll point and flex the foot. And so doing good things for blood flow. And then, it's quite hard to point and flex the foot and rotate the wrist. A bit of coordination, actually. And then repeating the wrists. And see if you can point and flex the foot and balance on one leg. So if you're not very good at it, all the more reason to do it. Other direction with the wrists. Try to keep pointing and flexing the foot. Let's do the foot on its own. Point and flex. Just have your hands on your hips or your elbows clasped behind you. If you want to make your muscles work harder, have your foot a bit higher. Lift your chest. And then swap the legs and clasp your elbows the other way. Shoulders pull down and back, or you can have hands on your hips and pointing and flexing the foot. Really pumping a bit of blood, working on balance and squaring up the shoulders there. Great work. So we're going to come down to the floor and come onto our side with one elbow down, like that. So a little bit of core strength exercises. So if you're a beginner to this, don't let your shoulder pull up. Keep your shoulders down, keep that length through your neck. And this is what it looks like. Knees are bent. And have a look first, and you lift your hips up, and you try to hold your head up and your shoulders down. And then lower your hips down. But if you're used to this and you're a little bit stronger, then that's a bit harder, like what I'm doing there. But if you're a bit stronger, you have your foot stacked on top, and that's a little bit stronger. So just a few of them, and feeling some deep muscles, and just be careful of your shoulder and neck, as I've said already, because if you do too much too soon, the last thing you want is a shoulder or neck injury, because that's not going to help you to get stronger and feel your best. So your intention is feeling your best, and we don't want injuries. Lift, so using your body as a weight, and you know how important strength is. Bones, metabolism, blood sugars, circulation, confidence, health, longevity. Hold your hips up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Remember, if you're new to this, and especially if you're tall, I'm very short, 5'3". So this is how it looks like for beginners, and it's a great start. And some of you are not beginners to this. You've done a bit of work on your core, so you can build up to that. See, my foot is in front. The foot on top, that's harder.
Oh, so it is like lifting weights. Try to keep your shoulders down, your top hip forward, and the length through your neck. You're actually strengthening not just the muscles in your waist and around your hips and shoulder, but also neck stability. So don't worry about the numbers or the time or how much you do. It's just feeling your muscles. You've pushed your muscles a bit. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next one is for our chest muscles and our arms and our abs. How not to do elbow plank. This is how not to do it. I see beginners do it like this all the time. Or like this. So try to have a straight line, so you're not like that and you're not like that. So try to hold for 30 to 60 counts, depends where you're at. So you build up to the longer hold. Squeeze your belly button extra strongly in. Squeeze your belly button in. And your lower front ribs, and keep the shoulders down. Hold your head and feel some deep muscles here. That might be long enough for your first hold. If you're not, just some days you just don't feel as strong as other days. But still push yourself, but don't do too much. I'm going to do 10 more counts. I feel it's enough. You might do a bit more, or you might have already finished. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Have a little rest. Ideally your lower back didn't tense then, but just in case your lower back tensed, come back like that. If you're stiffer, or if you're more flexible, sit right, kneel right back. Breathe into your lower back. So we did a little bit for our side muscles, a little bit for our chest muscles, and now we're going to do a little bit for our back, the extensors, the muscles in the back of the body. Like this. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your elbows straight, your triceps. Squeeze your glutes, and feeling the muscles at the back of the body. A variation of Shalabhasana in yoga. Very, 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 very important, as I say in all my videos, because it's all about slowing down aging, and this one is incredibly important to do, or variations of this exercise, to prevent that rounded posture and get into the bones. Remember, if you have better posture, you have better breathing, better blood flow to your brain, and oxygenation and energy, prana, youthful energy. And so anything that improves our posture, improves how we feel. You just feel better when you have a straighter back. I'm feeling like that's enough, but my body's fatigued. On Saturdays, when I make a YouTube video, it's my day off from teaching yoga. But it's for you guys. I work hard with a yoga studio, so I usually have Saturday off, go surfing, go for a long walk. Okay, I think that's enough for that one. The full pose is you hold your legs up and your arms up. That's an option if you're ready for that. And the full pose is your arms are forward, and that's really hard to start with. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Do a little bit for the muscles at the front of the body. So starting hugging your knees in, And then if you want to start with easier on your lower back, like lighter weights, just do what I'm doing here. One foot down and bring your knee back to your chest. Other foot down, knee in. So that is a great starting exercise if you are a beginner to this kind of exercise. Some of you actually have done a lot of work and your muscles are a bit stronger. They adapt. If you work on your body, on your strength, you will get stronger. Your body is adaptive. So you can do, I'm doing a little bit more here. And so I've got my head up, it's a bit harder. And I'm straightening out the legs, there's a little bit more weight. But because I'm strong and I'm short as well, and I just want to get straight to the point and get the job done quickly because it's boring. I prefer to be doing other things than doing these exercises. Lots more fun things to do. I'm trying to learn guitar. I love reading. Blah blah blah. Bit of good TV. Oh, this is a harder one. So this really gets the job done for me, but you can't go straight into that. You've got to build up to that over the months, over the years, because otherwise you just strain your lower back. But this is going to put it into me pretty quickly. So you just got to push your muscles regularly until they get a bit fatigued. At least a couple of times a week. 10 more counts of whatever you're doing. You might be doing the easier one still. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Next exercise is windscreen wiper, and if you don't know that exercise, you have a quick look at me. If you're doing my videos, you will know it because it comes into a lot of my videos because it's so amazing for us over 50s to loosen up, oil up the stiff bits, stiff hips, stiff spine. And then hugging your knees in, a few deeper than normal breaths into your belly, into your diaphragm, and then slowly out, mainly in and out through the nose. The next exercise comes into most of my videos too, Sphinx pose. It's so important for your spine to try to keep your spine bendy in this direction because it really is going in this direction as we get older. And if we have a bendy, flexible spine, it is stronger. It's bendy bones are healthier, younger, stronger, less likely to break. Decompressing the vertebrae at the front, opening the discs at the front because they tend to bulge out at the back. Such a good pose. Try to bend into the lower back, middle back, neck. One more breath there. Good. Coming up and sitting on your bottom with your legs crossed. Put your right foot in front and just try to circle your body one way. And then the other way. And then if you're a bit stiffer, just do this. Try to push your knees out, lean forward a little bit. If you're a bit more flexible, try to reach forward a little bit more. Working on natural flexibility that we're losing as we get older. As I often say, use it or lose it with flexibility equally to fitness, strength. and balance. One more breath in and out. Remember, you can press pause on your device if you want to hold a stretch for longer. Firm through your core. In my yoga classes, we'll hold for longer because people are there. They can't walk away. They've paid for a yoga class. On YouTube, so you either we've swapped our legs and we're circling. So on YouTube, you're not as patient. You can walk away. You're not paying for it. You haven't made that space like to turn up at a class. So generally, I just don't hold for as long because I'm trying to keep you here for you, not really for me. I don't care that much about the algorithm and subscribers. I mainly care about holding this stretch. I mainly care about as helping as many people as I can to feel their best. It would be nice if people became patrons, people made little donations. That would be lovely. But my main intention is to help people. I wrote it down 30 years ago in my journal. We call it diaries. It's an American thing, a journaling. So I've had a diary since I was, 10-year-old. Anyway, I wrote down when I was doing my psychology degree when I was 20, my intention is to help as many people to feel happy as possible. And I've ended up being a yoga teacher. Final few breaths in the stretch that you're doing. Firm through your core. And the next pose is where you'll need your bolster or rolled blankets, or make a bolster with a few, maybe 3 pillows, but I'll show you how to get into it, legs up the wall pose. So if you have a bolster, just have the bolster there, but you roll, have a look if you don't know, you roll into it. So you're as close to the wall as you can be, and you pull the pillows in under, and then you just resting like that. So it's a bit of, it takes practice. I notice with my over 50s and 60s, the coordination of getting your legs up is, people have a few problems. So you will get better if you do that roll into it on your side and then pushing in the props after. But yeah, for me, because I started yoga 34 years ago, so it's quite easy for me. But most people are starting yoga in their older age, because now it's quite mainstream, it's quite popular, it's everywhere. It used to be a bit more alternative. There wasn't that much around in the 90s, early 90s when I started. So this is a wonderful pose to just rest your body, and as we get older, the blood flow through the veins can get a little bit sluggish, and this just aids the return of the blood flow to the heart with your legs up. So it's really nice to do for a few minutes. You just need to be careful if you're in that over 65 bracket of intraocular pressure, and if you just feel it's not quite right in your head, or if your heart isn't, the valves in your heart, if something's not quite right, it might not be safe for some people. So just be aware of if you do have heart issues or glaucoma, but sometimes you don't know that. So if you're over 65, be more careful. Don't hold for as long. Remember, you can press pause if you want to stay for longer. So you can either stay here if you feel it's safe for a few more minutes, or you can come onto your back for the last few minutes. And it's really nice to put the bolster under your knees or the pillows. And just do this for your body, because it is going to help you to get a bit more benefit. When you go into that relaxed state, the benefits from the exercises, the growth hormone comes up more. So, because as the cortisol goes down, the human growth hormone comes up, and that's when you get a little bit of bone makes more bone, muscle makes more muscle, and a bit of neurogenesis, a bit of repair, rest, repair, digest, heal, grow. So if you don't do the rest bits, you miss out on the deeper health benefits. And how to get into a more relaxed state is do a few things which I find helpful. Scan your body. Feel your body breathing in and out through the nose, smooth, quiet, steady, even, barely moving freely. Steady, heavy eyeballs looking inward. Relax the face more, jaw, tongue, throat, whole body. And then just finish with thinking about the most important things in your life. What are the most important things to you? Clear and, on our purpose and what's important. Either stay for longer, press pause before some YouTube commercial comes on, or roll to your side. And please think about becoming a patron if you want bonus content, because I send you my recordings of my favourite live classes that I teach in my local area in Western Australia. Or if you're not going to do that, please donate to my PayPal, which I put the link, and it's on my website, essentialyoga.com.au. And keep it up. Let's grow old very, very, very slowly. Let's slow it down. Can't stop aging. Let's try to at least slow it down. And let's one day be 90 going on 75, or 100 going on 85.